I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just look good at. I'll just do it in front of her, shouldn't I?
He's kept going. He's scored! Oh, Stockport pressure. And the header into the back of the net. Hannah, superb goal. Charlie did it. Lisa! Rose tries to get the ball in. Wilkinson! The ball ahead. His first goal in 13 games. Towards Sars, thinking he's solidly. Hampton with a score. Oh, Paddy Madden. It's a 5-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we got a small house, but we got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
Hello and welcome to the 56th episode of SK3 TV, quite possibly the last podcast you'll listen to before the bombs drop. But don't worry, we've got an hour or so of county chat on the runway ready to go for a podcast that's quite literally been described as available now. Yes, this is the show for the thinking county fan, as long as that fan's thinking, God, I really hope they stay clear of the really obvious and possibly unacceptable jokes about China and the Chinese. You're in luck, baby! Yes, we are 1 year old this week, so it's important that we celebrate it in style. Cheese and pineapple on sticks? Check. Jelly and ice cream? Check. Top irreverent county content? Check. That's the catering and hashtag content taken care of. So we need games. How about pin the right wing back on the tactics board? Maybe not just yet. How about the birthday girl? Why, yes, I'm glad you asked. It's Hannah. Hello.
Hi. I don't like birthdays. This is the best birthday ever.
Yeah, more excited about the pod birthday than my own.
No, you should raise your expectations because we're doing the birthday that I wish that people did for me, but don't love me enough. So,
Well, I do, and I will be taking notes.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I'm more excited. I did say to my family, I was like, "You've not got anything planned Wednesday, have you?" They were like, "No." I was like, "Right, fine, sorted." There's no, I don't have to get out of anything.
Yeah, that would have been slightly. Well, no, it would have been fine. We could have rolled with it. I could have given them the early evening slot.
I think it's just safe to say you're the only person who loves me, and that's fine. That's fine. I can come to terms with that. It's okay.
I'm gonna make you love birthdays. That's the deal.
Okay. I mean, those are big words, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm
all right. Maybe not. Like you might. No. All right. I won't make you love birthdays. I will make you get to next year and be like, "Oh, can we do something like that again?" It wasn't that bad.
Okay. I am now intrigued. It won't be bad. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. And it's 30. It's gonna be 38. It's not like it's like 50 or 60 where I'm just like thinking about my impending mortality. So I've got plenty of time.
I thought you meant like it's not like it's a big birthday, so I can slum it with you on a Wednesday.
Oh God, no. I know I'm gonna come out of Wednesday night just making plans to spend every birthday with you in future.
Yes.
Better than these other fucking squares. It's amazing, isn't it? We're actually getting to the point where we're gonna have like proper stuff to talk about on a weekly basis. Like, I was worried that after the season finished, I thought at one stage we'd end up like every podcast during lockdown. You know, when like nobody had anything to say, so they just did like top fives. It's like Gary Neville's top 5 gravies, that sort of thing.
Like on Lower League Look when we do transfer deadline day and it gets to like 10:30 and we start playing weird drawing games on Jackbox like that. Yeah.
Well, I tuned in to the one that you did in January at about 10:15, and my first thought was the posture was terrible. There was some terrible posture being shown by the people.
Oh, well, it was all the Donny ones that were like slumped in the chair like that. Like they're probably in bed, half of them.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do a podcast in bed.
The young boys do on. You've heard about the bunk bed?
Yes. Oh yeah. I know about the bunk bed.
So yeah. It's,
do you think if John Lennon was still alive, he'd be doing a podcast in bed? I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I don't know why we don't, to be honest.
No. John and Yoko's talking nonsense every week on Acast.
can we just, take a moment? I was not doing a tactical chunder from overconsumption of party rings. I was interviewing Jake Tabor. So Jake Tabor, for those of you who are not aware, with
Jake. Well, I'll let you say who he is, but this, you're going to describe him in a second. This is one of my favourite footballing fascinations, is what this guy has done and the journey that he's going to be going on very soon. I love it. Go on.
So yeah, and that was one of the things he said, that he's like the ultimate underdog. So like he 3 years ago was playing in step 6, and then with Amersham he got promoted, but he scored something like, well, with assists, 229 goals. Do you know what? I've already forgotten it, and that's like shit. But last season, 51 goals. Season
That's madness.
Like 76, I think. Like, it's absolutely bonkers. And like, you're talking to him, he's like, oh yeah, well, there's no, like, I didn't go 3 games without scoring. Like, this lad, you look at his performance last season, and he, like, there'll be 2 games that he didn't score in, and then he'll like have 3 hat tricks in a row. And so he hasn't got an agent. He is basically promoting himself. It's like a social media, it should be a film. It's brilliant. Like, so he is going out promoting himself. He's got his show reels on his Twitter. He's having conversations with podcasts like ours, and just talking about kind of what he wants to do next and the opportunities that he's got. And it just, like, I would never, I've said this, I'd never wear the shirt of another club. I found myself so bought into this that I want a Jake Tabor shirt. Like,
wherever he ends up at.
Wherever he ends up, I want a shirt with Tabor on the back, because he's such a lovely lad. And I thought that he might, and I said this to him, I thought he might be like full of ego, because he is having to back himself. He's a hustler. He's scrappy, but he's actually quite humble as well, and kind of accepts that he's not the finished product, and that he's got things to learn and people to learn from. And I'm just so bought into this story of his. I think I'm probably over invested already.
Maybe we should sponsor him.
An hour ago. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to negotiate with him. I feel like he drives quite a hard bargain, because he knows his value. He knows his value on the pitch, but he also knows his value like off the pitch as well, and like everything that comes with it. I mean, he was the highest scoring footballer in the country for 2 seasons running. Like, it's
quite possibly like Europe or the world as well, I'd imagine.
I know. And apparently the 3 seasons ago, he was only like 3rd or 4th.
Oh, but he's scrub.
Yeah. So Jake Tabor probably coming to a League 2 near you, it sounds like. But
and scoring against us in either the FA Cup or the BDSM.
Well, there is some League 1 action, in which case I might need to rethink my Tabor shirts commitment. But
maybe
really,
he should do his own merch.
Really nice lad. I found, do you know what? He's probably already got it patented and trademarked. But you couldn't help but like him. Like, he'd say things occasionally, and I'd be like, "Oh, you really believe your own hype." And then he'd say something else, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to protect you from all of the bad things in the footballing world, and just, like, let you have every success." He's such a nice bloke. It'll be an interesting interview when it's out. It's out soon.
Oh, he's the one all the men are up against on Bumble. It's like that. It's like that doesn't stop some people, Hannah.
And,
some people are despicable.
Yeah, got a girlfriend. Yeah, that's true.
When and where can people listen to that chat?
It will be on the Lower League Look YouTube channel soon, because we want to get it up, because he's having lots of conversations with lots of clubs, And there is an assumption about him, I think, that, you know, he's the word that was used to describe him by someone at a League Two club was delusional. Well, just in terms of like, how can you go from step 5 to League Two and back yourself to score however many goals and, you know, play such a big part when he's, like he said, he's never played a professional game.
Matt Bryan has weighed in the comments. Hello, Matt. On the Football Cliches podcast, they had a chat about if you start low in non-league, how many hat tricks do you think you'd need to score before you made it to the Premier League? And now we've got it in action. It's in action now. We might find out.
But you know what? Like, he said that he's at a club at the moment on trial, and they had fitness testing today, and he finished first in the fitness test. So he said, you know, I might not win every header, but I'll be all over that pitch and I won't be knackered. And yeah, I love him. I love him so much.
Right.
I half expected to be like not quite rolling my eyes at him, but you know, you really rate yourself. But he does, but he's confident because he knows his own abilities, and I can't wait to see what happens. Right,
Wilson and Challoner, you know what to do.
Oh yes, yeah. Bring him into the county bosom.
Right, see, the thing is, now we've discussed him and everything, when the first friendly comes round and it's like trialist A, trialist B, I'm going to be like, which one's is one of them Jake Tabor? I need to know. It's very important. Oh, I'm obsessed now, and I've not even listened to the pod yet.
Oh my God. Like, I went into it fairly, like, you know, I interview people all the time. I've never got invested in a player like I have Jake Tabor. It's just something really likable about him.
I'll put his name in the episode title just to build things up. Yeah, we'll take check, Jake. It's fine. Right, what we'll do some admin, and then we've got a packed show. It's actually happening. It's the end of June, and the show is packed with things to talk about. Some of them factual, grounded in fact and reality. Some of them not so much, and some of them just plain mental to the point where I've had to like rub my eyes and go, really? So we'll get on to all that after this. So we are, of course, very proudly sponsored by Blackbird Kitchen, on the pans at Gorilla Manchester, on the grills at Impossible Manchester, and soon to be on the fryers at Lens Chippy, which you can find on Instagram and all good social media platforms, but mainly Instagram because that's the best place for food porn. What should people do if they're watching us on this, our 1 year anniversary?
They should like and subscribe. They should very definitely go to YouTube and subscribe so that you get the little tick. Then we'll let you know by personally, like when we go live, so you won't miss out on any irreverent county chats. And you'll also be helping support Nick's birthday fund. Yeah. So I mean, that feels reasonable.
That sounds fine by me. Because we're on 360. I don't like to go into like a production meeting right now, but we're on like 360 YouTube subscribers, and the percentage of people who are subscribers versus non-subscribers at watch is quite good, but we can get a few more. But we had over 1,000 streams across everywhere last week, which is mental considering we just talked about how the fixtures are decided,
which was not special secret proprietary information.
No, it's out there,
available.
It's readily available. But
I seem to have got myself a reputation for being like the fixture whisperer. So
I think it's the way you delivered it. I know I'm always more likely to take in information if it's delivered by a pretty face. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe people have just gone like, right, I'll do it. Like people have bought soap that's made out of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Oh my God, but I would. I just watched Echo Valley. That was good. Sydney Sweeney and Julianne Moore.
I mean, you had me at Sydney Sweeney, to be honest. I'm a simple man.
I mean, it's not Sydney Sweeney at her glossy anyone but you best. It's a proper kind of, she's a drug addict.
Oh, you know my type.
Reprobate. It's very good. I liked it.
I've never seen her in anything. I've never watched anything with her in, and I'm worried because I'm worried it'll destroy the mystique.
Anyone But You is just the cutest rom-com ever.
Okay.
It'll be on the generic streaming device that you plug into your television.
Both paid and unpaid streaming services will have that. Right. Maybe
I think it was on Netflix. Anyway, Anyone But You. It's very good. And who's the bloke?
You're watching the SK3 TV Film Club.
Yeah, well, yeah, I might actually go to the cinema this weekend, so I want to see the F1 film.
There's an F1 film
with Brad Pitt in it.
Oh, I've fallen out with Brad Pitt.
Why?
Fallen out with him. I just don't think he's a very nice person, but that doesn't normally stop me. But
I've got drunk on planes before. I don't think I've committed domestic violence, but
there's time. Right, let's get on to the soccer, the football, the togger, whatever people call it. So we had 4 bits of factual, verifiable, real news last week that was starting with Dave Challoner's 2-year contract extension, taking him to the summer of 2028. Tell me about it, Hannah.
Had that not happened this time last week?
No, I don't. It happened on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday it was, and then we had the signings a couple of days later.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Like Richie Wellens is just re-signed for Orient as well. It doesn't really mean anything. Like managers' contracts don't. It means that we'd get a payout if he left. It doesn't stop him leaving.
No, it just increases the compensation, basically.
I do think that it demonstrates commitment. It does demonstrate kind of loyalty. I don't know that otherwise from either side it demonstrates much of either. But it's definitely encouraging and deserved, and hopefully for a little while puts some of the worrying to rest.
Yeah, and the most important thing here about the Charlie contract extension is that it gives Liam Richardson an opportunity to flex his creative muscles. So very, very straight. It feels like I'm just going to do this every week and just moan about some of our fans. But the post was a crown emoji was the teaser post. How can that mean anything else? How are people? People are genuinely looking at it and going, "Oh, it's Louis Barry. It's Louis Barry again." It's like, right, I want to die. I've had enough.
It's Ledley King.
It's Ledley King. It's Jonathan King, paedophile pop star.
Yeah, I mean, it's just blatant disregard of emoji.
Yeah, emoji protocol.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's not.
But look, he only gave people about 10 minutes to speculate before.
Yeah, I feel like the flash to bang for our kind of teasing is becoming significantly reduced. But
yes, very much.
That might just be out of, because the ones on Thursday and Friday. So we had that. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday. So hang on. Right. Yes. So that was Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, just before I went on the radio, because they called and asked if I could go and talk about Charlie's new contract, which is fine. And then I think the call time was 6:30. and you texted me at about 6:20. So was it? It can't have been it. Was it announced at 6, or was it announced at a completely random time?
No, I think it was teased just before, and then it was announced. It was teased just before with a Nigerian. It's all about the emojis again. The emoji protocol is getting working out. It was a Nigerian flag emoji, and because there had been a leaked photo of another player at Carrington, for better or worse,
also with pigmented skin.
With pigmented skin, and according to his Wikipedia, one Nigerian parent. All the people who like to pretend they're in the know were in the replies to the Nigerian flag emoji going, it's him, it's him. It's like, well, it's not. It's probably this other player who's available on a free transfer who was born in Nigeria. And it was, and you were informed just ahead of going on the radio, weren't you?
Which worked really well because for League One Look this season, last season it was just me and Harry, so we didn't really do very much. This season I've got Liam from Bradford, and then I've got 3 or 4 Doncaster fans. So it's like, quick, tell me about Joseph Alowu. And Tom, one of them, had already tagged me in something on Twitter saying, "You're my least favourite club now," which, felt churlish. But it meant that when I spoke to Gaz and Emily, that it was on first name terms.
Oh yeah. Of course.
That they I had something to add beyond kind of what was in there. So I very much appreciated the heads up, because I would have they would have been like, "Oh, so Jason Alowu, yeah, Doncaster player." All right.
I mean, what these 2 signings have given people the opportunity to do, it has given the opportunity for Doncaster, Peterborough, and weirdly also Rotherham fans all to be really, really weird.
There's a lot,
just so odd. And it's like, I've got enough of our fans being weird. I don't need other clubs' fans doing it.
The Donny fans as well. Like, to go back to the whole kind of relationship analogy, they'd split up.
Yeah.
He'd left. He'd taken his bags. He was not coming back. Yeah. It's not like we've, poached him and prized him away into our mistressy
dungeon, sex dungeon.
I was going to say bed, but yeah.
He'd moved all his stuff out, but his name was on the lease until the end of the month. I think that's the best way to. A couple of things. He just had his kitchen stuff to move out. He's finishing all his long life stuff out the cupboard.
His post hadn't been redirected yet.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, he's still nipping back to collect his post every couple of days.
The locks haven't been changed.
The locks haven't been changed. That's exactly it. Doncaster are looking at bringing a replacement in for him. Doncaster are looking to fall for someone else and bring them in.
Yeah, they're already on Tinder. Like, let's know, kind of, they've moved on. This isn't new. Not new.
Yeah, he comes in to get his post, and Doncaster are just like swiping on Tinder.
Yeah, I'm busy. Yeah. So he is. So for Donny, he played on the right. They rate him, said that he is a good kind of Horsfall Hills replacement. He scores goals and has very enthusiastic goal celebrations, apparently, which I'm excited for. Played more on the right for them. I think this Challoner said as well in his in the announcement. He said he plays. He's mostly play right of a 3 for Doncaster. He can play right or centre of a 3, or also in a back 4 he can play right centre back and left centre back. So several positions sorted for our usual changes of formation there. Yeah. So he seems they liked him. He's
27, and he seems like a lover. It's very rare that I watch the new signing interviews, but he just, from the little clip that the club posted, I thought, I need to watch this, and he seems like a lovely lad.
Yeah, and Liam Richardson tweeted from his account saying that it was one of his favourite new player interviews that he'd ever done. Like, he's such a nice bloke. And, you know, we talk a lot about, and, you know, I was kind of thinking about this with Jake Tabor, like, we have a dickhead test and a no dickhead rule. And I think that serves us incredibly well.
On here.
No. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun, would it?
You need a bit of dickheadness. Keeps it spicy.
Yeah. So, shall we revisit something that you alluded to about Photogate?
Yes. Let's get on to Photogate, because obviously everyone assumed that was going to be that sign, and it wasn't. We had to wait till the next day. But yeah, it all seems very accidental, and
I went full conspiracy theory, as I think you're aware.
Yes, you did.
I was convinced. So for those of you who are deliciously unaware of what transpired, a photo started doing the rounds on, I guess, Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Tuesday, yes, it was the morning of the other signing, so Wednesday,
of Teo Eden, who was ex-Charlton, had been at Peterborough for 6 months on a short-term contract. Short-term
contract. Managed to get 2 red cards in that time, so we'll have to stop that.
Good. But a picture of him smiling outside Carrington at the football ground. Like, when have you ever seen that kind of photo leak? Like, it just doesn't happen. It can only come from someone with the player. Like, I mean, it turns out it was a family member, but you know, it just does not happen.
Yeah.
So
I was convinced it was photoshopped for a long while. I was like I was Googling how to tell when something's photoshopped for a good hour or so. So that's where my day went.
Well, so my head went to the club have clearly leaked this. So, because there was then like a takedown thing, wasn't there? And it had been posted on some WhatsApp group, and then that person was like, "Oh, I've been told to delete it from social media." Yeah. And I was convinced that they'd put out 10 photos and they'd sent them to different people at the club. I was convinced they were doing a clean Rooney, basically.
Yeah.
Which turned out not to be the case, but it kept me entertained. Like, I mentioned it to my brother. I was like, but it could be club shithousery. It wasn't. So
what I did really like, though, was the fact that the picture was out there in WhatsApp groups. People were talking about the picture on social media, but it was never posted on social media.
No.
It was never. So it got to the point where people were arguing on Yellowboard, saying, "Well, this picture doesn't exist." And then people were like, "No, I've seen it. So, "Oh, well, can you post?" And then there's people saying, "Oh, I don't know how to post pictures on here, on your." And it was just a brilliant afternoon's entertainment. I'm all for it. And the upshot of it is, we have a new left back. I would suggest maybe we'll be signing another, because he did not have the number 3 on his. It didn't have the number 3 training top. He had number 18, which is Luis Fiorini. Is interesting.
But that's the other conspiracy. There you go with your conspiracy.
Yeah, it's squad numbers. It's not a conspiracy. It's important.
Just had a swap number. Like, look at Macca and how many. Look at Macca and how many numbers he had during his tenure. Like, players do. Like, Tanto went to not. Oh my God, it's like a.
Are you just doing a who's who of heartbreaking names tonight?
Oh God, let's go back. Right, so Teo Eden has got Luis Fiorini's number, but that might be because Luis Fiorini has decided that he wants number 10. No, that's gone already.
That's Jesse Phelps has got.
So
far be it from me to talk down on a player who's employed and paid by Stockport County Football Club. I don't think Luis Fiorini is in a position to be demanding a certain squad number just yet. I think he should
But you
take what
reckon,
he's
I
given.
reckon that Lando would put it on the WhatsApp group and be like, lads, who like, I've just taken, like, I've steamed off the numbers from like Noel, Ibby. Like, what do you want on your training kit for Monday?
I don't like signings being announced with last season's kit and training wear. Not a fan of that.
They've been, but you know what? That still got loads of that training stuff in the shop. So I reckon that it's part of a marketing ploy. It's not reduced though, because I took Sophie in the shop on Saturday because she decided she wanted a shirt. She's just let a season ticket go, but apparently now she wants a county shirt. And she didn't want any of the £10 ones. No, straight for the training kit.
Straight for the good shit, yeah.
I was like, we'll see what comes in you. Just hold your horses.
Yeah. So as a squad number, yeah, because there was a squad number, like obviously last year, first Southern Hales moved from 7, which went to Jack Diamond, and moved to number 12. And at the same time, Ryan Rydell gave his 17 to Jay Mingy and took 23. 23, which is a far more suitable left-back number, but I'm not going to bore you with that, Hannah.
Yeah, because Charlotte's number used to be 17. She was gutted about that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was 2 new signings last week. It's very exciting.
Two in the door, in the building, and on the grass
today. Getting beasted for 2 weeks for fitness training.
Yeah. Well, we're talking of them getting beasted for 2 weeks of fitness training, starting from today. Big up to the poster on Yellowboard who posted at 3 a.m. to say, "Oh, players are back in training today." I'm not going to embarrass it. I found it more funny and endearing than anything else. But was he already awake, or did he just wake up in the middle of the night and go, "Oh God, the players are back in training today. I need to go on Yellowboard and post it."
He set an alarm so he can first.
I need to let them all out in the morning.
It's a whole thing, isn't there? Like with when celebrities post on Instagram, like people want to be the first comment.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, it's like me on Sydney Sweeney's posts. It's like, you'll
That's
notice
what I
me.
want water soap.
Yeah.
I'm distracted by that. Yeah.
Notice me, Sydney. Notice me. So that is 2 in. We would anticipate there'll be more. You would.
I think some out as well. Like we mentioned, Fiorini.
Yeah.
Sam Hughes. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hughes got it. I think Rydell and Mingy will both be out on loan, if you ask me. That'll be my guess.
I mean, there's also the high drama of Odin Bailey's Instagram bio that still doesn't say Stockport Grammar. Stockport County.
Odin Bailey's school days.
Speaking of Instagram, Corey's pre-baby photos. It looks like Corey's been in France like over the weekend, but his baby photos, like as in like her pregnancy photos, I guess. But they've got the dogs as well. The dogs are so cute, so they're worth a look for whimsical Stockport County adjacent content.
Oh, yes, yeah, it's not all about the football. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that it's almost never about the football, to be honest. I'm more interested in all the other stuff.
Sometimes it's better if it isn't, let's be honest.
Yeah. I'm just brainstorming things to post on Sydney Sweeney's Instagram. Let's move on.
Well, it's all right, because I keep getting messages from Jake Tabor popping up.
That's fine. Oh, it's fine. Oh, I don't get any messages from Sydney Sweeney popping up. So
yeah.
I think we all know who yet. Yeah. When I message her and say, "Oh, Sydney, you must be AI the way you've got me generating slop," then that'll be the moment where she goes, "Yeah, you know what, this guy is all right." Right, we had a high-profile outgoing that was very much. Well, for the last month, I think it's been pretty much known that it's going to be the case. Makes sense, but it doesn't make it feel any better, does it? Good old McCauley Syles.
I was fully expecting it. I was prepared, but he is the only one that I've shed a tear for this transfer window. And it wasn't even when he went, it was his statement, goodbye note.
Well, he's the only one that I am convinced didn't use AI to generate his leaving statement. So,
but do you know what? Even at that point, he was still delivering a service, because my hay fever was bloody awful last week, and so having a good cry flushed the pollen out. And so as I was sitting there in floods of tears, I was like, oh, Macca, thank you.
Not only is he great to have in the dressing room, he's great to have during a high pollen count.
Yeah. So I mean, he's one of the, I think a lot of the posts said about his contributions on and off the pitch, and he is very much this massive personality that is so community minded and cares so much. He was always the one. I've got videos from him from the last however many years for the girls' birthdays. He was the one that would always bother to do that. He was the one that would buy extra presents for the kids at Stepping Hill at Christmas out of his own money. He was just an absolute star. And I think the whole seeing him go through and get married last summer, and see his mum at games, and she would go home and away, and there would be a massive gang of Southam Hales family, and
the whole family properly embraced the club and everything. I mean, you got asked to go on Radio Manchester to talk about Dave Challoner's new contract. I got asked to go on to talk about McCauley Syles. And the producer who texted me spelled Southam Hales wrong. So I very nearly replied and did my thing of, we've not had a player called McCauley Southam Hales with a Y. But and they asked, I felt stupid because they asked me for my favourite memory of him. And by rights, it should be something from on the pitch, because I know he's missed more games than he's played, but and there are plenty of great moments. There's been plenty of great, particularly this season. I think he's been the best he's ever been this season when he's come back from that injury. But I couldn't help but pick his presence as part of the celebrations for the two promotions, because whether he's been injured or as a part of the squad, I think he was injured for both of them actually, both those promotions, but he was still such a big presence in the dressing room as part of the celebrations and everything. And that's something. So with him leaving, Fraser and Will Collar as well in particular, those three in particular are big presences in the dressing room. And that's going to be, I think Josie Palowu, by the sound of it, is going to take up a lot of that, particularly with the community stuff that you mentioned, because he's very big on that at Doncaster. So that's a start. But it's this, just need these big infectious personalities, I think. Now.
And Sauce was another one, and I think it'll be really interesting this season to see those players come back. We didn't really have it this season because the players that had gone had mostly gone to League Two clubs. And now they've come up, and then we've lost more this season. So Ibby's gone to Bradford. Oh my God.
And the worst kept secret of all time.
But also the best. I mean, we think that there are some criticisms leveled at our social media team. Sending an email out advertising the away kit in with pictures of an unsigned player, modelling it, whilst the social media team are teasing the away kit with a kind of are you excited to see it? IT.
I didn't even spot that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm an idiot.
No, because Liam was messaging me like with all these different, like the email and then the post and all this. Yeah, just absolutely. And you know, they owned it. Like I think the announcement, like as you may have known, we've signed Ibby Touring.
So there is a bit of self-awareness there.
Yeah.
I think it would have been fun if they'd just not announced him at all. I would love a football club just to not announce any signings, and then you just get there in August and see who turns up on the first day.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
No. Right, this could be an extension of my PGMOL letter, like shenanigans.
Festival.
It could be like draft day, but they get the smoke coming out the tunnel, and then like Kenny announces them. And
basically like they do at the Club World Cup. Every player takes to the field separately and gets announced.
Oh, really? Do you know what? I've not watched.
But they've not changed the kick. They don't make them line up in the tunnel any earlier. So it'll be a 2 a.m. kickoff, and they'll be lining up in the tunnel at 2 minutes to come out, and then they still do this whole thing of one. So some of the games weren't kicking off until like 5 or 10 minutes late. It's just it's absolute madness. Absolute madness.
Another exciting thing that happened last week was my brother messaged me with a picture of him. So my brother is Alex, and then his friend is Big Alex. So Big Alex's family WhatsApp group had sent this picture of Big Alex and Little Alex.
Him outside Carrington.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Yes.
So, I mean, I didn't even like. I used to love it. I genuinely loved it as a television show. I have not watched it since the beginning. Like I knew there was messages, there were things, weren't there, with Parky shouting at Amy Smallwood, like, you know, that was that. So this is episode 7, and it was the return thing. But none of us. So there's a good few seconds of us walking. So it turns out it's not just Big Alex and Little Alex, it's me and Charlotte. And I swear blind, I didn't even see the camera.
Oh, you can tell by looking at it you didn't see the camera.
Like, I know, maybe that was it. Maybe because we weren't like, you know, being dicks. And
well, three series after I did it, you've made it onto Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah. And in between, we had friend of the show, Dave Philbin, who, you know, passed the torch. So, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's done it now. Everyone who matters has been on Welcome to Wrexham. They can just stop doing the series now.
Yeah.
Well, all of that in the last 45 minutes has been fact. We have done fact. Like independent, like BBC or government fact checkers could watch that last 45 minutes and be like, "Yep, that's all spot on." That.
Speaking of the BBC, though, we've just done 45 minutes. We think we're actually getting a football season.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be really awkward now, wouldn't it?
You can celebrate your birthday on Wednesday, like, it's too old for national service.
Yeah. That and my gimpy eyes. So there's no way they're sending me over there. I'm going to have to be really desperate. What I'll do, before we enter the conjecture section, we will have a random counting non-league goal of the week as sourced by Chris Eaton, and then we'll get onto some rumours and stuff.
I'll just read my messages from Jake Taylor. That's
what people join in for. Oh my God. I was going to say, get over it. You're never going to meet him, but you have. So I'll let you do that. We'll have a random counting non-league goal of the week as sourced by friend of the show, Chris Eaton.
I'm going to the pub with Jake Taylor. God,
when? Which pub?
Yeah, sorry, about Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's fine. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd rather go to the pub with a footballer. I mean, find me one. I'll go with another one. Right, here's a goal, and then we'll get onto some rumours, which is why you've all tuned in, really.
Altrincham goal scorer trying to pick out a runner from midfield in Porter, but Palmer read the danger well. Crowsdale not quite as comfortable for County now. Sarcevic, that's a lovely ball in behind the fullback for Southam Hales to run on to. Chance here for number 4, and it's that man again, Will Collar, arriving at the far post. A brilliant delivery from Southam Hales on the right-hand side. County's 3-goal advantage has been restored. Wonderful goal, great build-up again from Stockport County, and a lovely finish from the man of the moment, Will Collar.
There we go. Half of them players are gone now. Oh, that's a shame. Right, this is the most exciting bit of the show. This is what I've been
Is it?
hanging on for. So, rumours-wise, we've got one rumour of an outgoing and one of an incoming. So we'll go chronologically, and we'll start with the outgoing, which is Tanto to Charlton, which has produced some truly terrible takes.
I'm really
as these
quite
things
sad
do.
about this. Like, genuinely, really quite sad.
It's very
I
sad.
feel like he's one of those players that you just were waiting to be absolutely brilliant and have an uninterrupted season of excellence. And I mean, apart from him being a genuinely really nice person that you kind of want to succeed on a personal level, I feel like he's kind of had like that injury in off season, and he's not learned. Have you seen, like, he's been training like again in the off season? He's not learned from last year.
And he looked good.
Oh my god, he looks absolutely.
But it already, he's not even left, and I mean, we should stress it's still just a rumor. Although Sam Byrne has confirmed that there is interest, but it already feels like your ex has gone and like basically had a makeover.
Had a glow up over the summer.
And some other guy is going to be reaping Nathan Jones is going to be reaping the benefits. The weirdo.
Do you know what though? I don't like that's. I think that's the nice thing about County. You don't begrudge players making that move up. Like, you want them to be successful, and for him, like, we saw him immediately after that Leyton Orient game. Well, no, an hour later. And it was one of, like, he just looked utterly broken. And he tweeted afterwards about you move on from disappointments, and it's not what defines you and all of that. But he, if he has the opportunity to move back down south to play in at a higher level, then I absolutely wouldn't begrudge him that at all. I think you take the opportunities when they come. I'm just sorry that, well, it's ruined my 442 article, hasn't it?
You've had to get back in touch with them, haven't you?
I had to request a retraction, and it's not going to be published for 2 months. No, a month now. Yeah.
Oh, so awkward.
Although the editor has so far has agreed, I just need to tell him what I need instead. But that was funny. That was my overriding thought when the news started to break on Friday night that shit, I think I had him, and I had him as like most exciting player, or I can't remember, most important player or something like that. It wasn't even a little small one that I was linking him with. But yeah, I think, well, it remains to be seen, isn't it? I think it's not a surprise that he's had attention from elsewhere and attention from a higher level. I mean, it's Charlton, isn't it? They were the same as us a few months ago. But equally, I think this season was a struggle for him. Like, I've not talked to him about it, so I'm hypothesizing. But I think he struggled with being on the fringes. I suspect he was one of those players that, when Charlie was talking about, players knocking on his door and proving that they deserved a place in the squad week in, week out. I suspect that Tanto is probably one of the ones that he was talking about. That there was that, I think, a goal in against Tranmere, and he just, I mean, it was a shit game anyway. That it was a horrible game. And maybe it's understandable that he didn't celebrate, but it just, he just looked like his heart. And then we got the Tanto back, and like towards the end of the season, and you kind of like willing him along and really want, So I'm, yeah, I am really sad about it, but not sad for, I guess, just sad that he doesn't get the opportunity to fly with us. Like, I feel like he would have been really important this season.
Yeah,
And
it
maybe
felt,
he will be. I mean,
it felt like with a full season, like full season of him playing through the middle, that's 20 goals plus, which people keep saying that we're absolutely crying out for.
Yeah.
So it would be, but I wouldn't be surprised this summer to see us break our incoming transfer and also outgoing. I think we might see record fees both in both.
He obviously Millwall will take a percentage of whatever we get for him, but he signed a new contract last year. So he got 2 years.
Last year. So there's a bit of uncertainty. So Millwall have still definitely got a sell on. That's undisputed, but no one seems sure whether they still have like a buyback option. Whether that might just run till the end of the original contract, which would mean that it expires like this week, essentially, possibly.
Right,
So
and then
not
either
sure.
way, because he was 21, wasn't he? I think when he came to us, or younger. So there's that side of things as well. But you know, I'm up for a McCauley Langstaff deal. And
I'd like some pace rather than.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we won't be signing Paul Mullin, so that's something.
No,
that's
I saw that. He's yeah, I mean, I know he's got a history at Wigan, but I feel like, I don't know, I still feel like he's punching a bit.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose it takes all sorts, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, Wigan have just signed a player on loan who's never done it at this level, so
yeah,
wouldn't see them as a threat just yet.
Yeah, we're going to looking at Michael Cheek as well, apparently. So
yes, rumour has it he's put in a transfer request at Bromley. So, but before we go, we should get on to the big one. I mean, this is the one that people have quite literally been talking about over the last 24 hours. It's the most mental this window is going to get. So it's Wang Yudong, an 18-year-old Chinese international, the youngest Chinese player to ever play in the Asian Champions League. And yeah, it's not even like it's from a Chinese website that this has come out. So you just think, well, it's a very strange one. It's like Steve Bellis took County out to China, and just like that, 25 years later, we possibly signing a player from there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's mad. It's certainly livened things up because everyone was a bit down from the Tanto rumor, so it's nice, sort of nice to just have something to hang on to. And it's amazing how quick people have become experts on Chinese football.
Yeah, well, it's yeah, I just have no. I feel like it's the type of thing that, you know, some journalist in China has decided to hype up this kid, and they're like, oh, which clubs have got links with China? Stockport County do. Like, it feels like it could, like, it's so kind of obscure and random. But you know, why not?
I'm all for it. I want us to field a full 11 of players from like untapped footballing countries. So it's a shame we've lost like Torre and Hippolyte in the space of like a year or two, really, because they're from like countries you don't often see represented. So yeah, I want a full 11 now, please. Let's get it sorted. We can have like an Icelandic striker and a Chinese striker in the same team. Has any other team ever been able to say that? Mental.
We'll be watching. So, oh no, because transfer window. I was going to say we'll be like tracking flights from Beijing for the first time.
Yeah, I was not. I mean, I downloaded Flight Radar the other day. It was in preparation. I picked a
Biggest
random.
red flag.
I picked a random plane flying in from Helsinki and just sent pictures of it to group chats, just for a laugh. Got nothing else to do. Should we wrap it up there anyway? I'm exhausted.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything to the best of our abilities.
Good.
Well,
There is still lots of stuff in the club shop if anyone wants, like smalls, lots of small sized things. Not so many big sizes apart from shirts. If you want a 4XL shirt or you want to, make a chair out of some shirts, then you could do so for about 30 English pounds, I reckon.
That's very reasonable for a.
Because they're 4XL, the ones that are in. But they've still got them in all colours, I think. But yeah, they're going to either have to sell stuff off cheaper soon, or they're not going to have any space in the shop.
Yeah, because any day now we'll be getting new stuff in there. So yeah, they could do with moving stuff. Before we go, we will be live at 8 p.m. on Thursday night.
Yeah, with like a post birthday party review.
Yes, and more importantly, the fixture. Well, less importantly, the fixtures and the 2 cup draws.
Yeah, I am excited about that.
Yes, that's when you know the season's actually. We know what we're getting excited about now.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna reveal my away day tactics. Don't want to. Oh, Wimbledon.
No, don't want people stealing them, do you?
No, I don't. Yeah, do you know what? I say this every year. I'm like, I'm not gonna do as many aways this season, and then I will do.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You should do every single one and write a book about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Charlotte and I go through phases of like, oh, we'll put these, we'll do a TikTok and we'll put it on the, on the like lower league look account or whatever. I just forget. Yeah. Or we'll do something like getting in the car, like, where are we off to, Charlotte? Oh, we're going to, I don't know, Accrington. And then that's it. That's like, I've got loads of those videos on my phone.
It's good to have them. It'd be a good chronicle. We could.
But you're doing more aways this season, and we can do
I'm your
karaoke.
New buddy. That's the main thing. I might not even go to the games. I might just do the karaoke and then just sit in the car afterwards while you go to the game. That's me.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, you could. Then I don't have to pay for parking. You can just sit in the car.
Yeah, so I could just say, oh, she's just come in now. She's just come. Yeah, she's just gone to the bin. Yeah. And then an hour and a half later.
Yeah. Well, you can just tell the Tesla to like park around the corner or something. Yeah,
jobs are good and sorted. Right, we will be back dead on 8 p.m. on Thursday night with all the reaction to the fixtures and all. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe and rate and review and do all that stuff. Say goodbye to everybody. Anna.
Bye. Happy whatever it is, the 23rd of June.
Happy 23rd of June.
Remember to wish Nick a happy birthday on Wednesday.
Yes, and do it nicely. Don't call me like an old bastard or anything.
No,
because that's not nice. I don't like that.
No. Yeah. And I'll let you know what table we're on at Spoons, so you can buy us drinks.
Yes. Now you're talking. Now it's a party. Oh God, I hope they still do the burgers. Right.
Spoons.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I've had worse birthdays. Right, we will see you on Thursday night. Goodbye, everybody.